Okay, so it called for rolling that dough out very thin to a 24-inch circle. So I didn't quite roll it out to a 24-inch circle, and I hope I have it thin enough. It might have to be thinner. I dusted my pan with flour, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it off down here and fold it over and make a lip on the crust. But this is what you call a docker. So I'm gonna go like this. Here's a docker. I'm gonna do one over here and over here. This is just so you don't get air bubbles. You know, you might see this when you bought pre-made dough. So I'm going to cut the excess off, make a little lip for the crust. It's gonna go in the oven and par bake for 4 minutes at 500 degrees. Then when that comes out, we will put the taco pizza together, bake it in the oven, and hopefully it'll come out good. I'm just a little concerned, maybe I should have rolled it out a little thinner this time, but like I said, it's the first time I'm making it. If it's too thick, next time I make it, we'll roll it out thinner. Okay, so I par baked the crust, and it tells me already it might be a little too thick, but next time we'll roll it thinner. So I've got my refried beans, which this was a can of refried beans. I heated it stovetop, added some garlic powder, cumin, and a little salt, and just a little bit of, I heated it up and just a little bit of water to thin it out. So I don't know if I want to put all this on. We'll see what this looks like. Yeah, I wanted a thinner crust on here, or edge, but that's okay. So I'm gonna spread this evenly, back and forth. I'll put a little more. And I did get a little bit of air bubbles in the crust, just a tiny bit. I did poke them with a fork. Yeah, I did, and I baked the crust at 4 minutes at 500 degrees to par bake it. Okay, I don't know if I want to finish the rest with the refried beans. Not that much, I might as well use it up. I hate when you watch a cooking show and they leave so much in the jar or the dish behind. Okay, that's on there. Yuck. Hold on. Okay, I'm spreading that. After I get this spread, you do top with a little more cheese. Put that evenly. If I wouldn't have added water to the beans, this would have been a little bit difficult to spread, and you could have messed up your dough. This dough that I made was different than any dough that I made before. It's made with a high gluten flour, which is a bread flour. And when you mix it up, it says make sure you do not knead the dough, or do not knead the dough. Okay, so we got that spread around. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the cheddar cheese. And if you saw my post on Facebook, I found the original, I looked for the original menu of 1979, the commercial, and then I found 2 old menus that stated that it was refried beans, some cheese, and then the meat on top. I have read some other posts where they said they didn't put any taco seasoning in the meat, but I did put taco seasoning in the meat, and I cooked it, and if it tastes off, I will, next time I make it, I will not put the seasoning in. I'm going to use my hands for this. Spreading the cooked ground beef. I like to use 80-20 or 80-15. It's got a lot more flavor. I think if I put all this, it's going to be too much. We'll see. I'll get that to the edge. After I get this distributed onto the pizza, we'll go in the oven, 400 degrees, I think for about, well, watch it, about 12 minutes. And then after it comes out, we'll be able to put our lettuce, red onion, chopped tomato, more cheddar cheese, and the paste salsa. The 1979 version of the taco pizza was called taco pizza. They used paste salsa. The later edition of taco pizza was called Fiesta Taco Pizza, which was different. You could have your option of beef or chicken on it, and then they put beans actually on the pizza. So I like the older version. Like I said, the first time I'm making it, we'll see what happens. So we'll be back in a little bit to show you when it comes out of the oven. Okay, this was in the oven about 15 minutes. It's a nice crunchy crust. So what I'm going to do, we're going to cut this apart. You're supposed to cut it in all your pieces. And then instead of putting, the tomatoes, the cheese, the onion, and so we're going to dress our own piece of pizza, because if we put the toppings on the entire pizza and then we go to reheat it, they'll be gross. So like I said, we'll top our individual piece and chow down. I'm excited. I can't wait to taste it. And I did not use a full pound of the beef. There's probably about a third of it left. Well, you can keep shooting, Steve. I'll put a piece on. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, we're going to take a piece out. Like that. We'll put some, let's see here. We want to do some red onion. This will be your piece, Steve. Is that enough for you, red onion?
Yes,
okay.
Looks good.
We'll put some lettuce, some more cheese. Ta-da! And then you can put his own salsa on his.